climate change is the elephant in the room. It is that one great issue everyone knows exists but no one really talks about. We the common people are far from realizing how we stand in the picture, and there is a complete lack of acknowledgement. But how real is the ignorance? Thanks to the Laadli's Climate Explorer program, an easy way was laid out for me to see how much we actually knew about the climate crisis. I reached out to a few friends and family with a short survey quiz using Google Forms. Hi, I'm Reet and here is what I found. It was a short 15-question quiz pertinent to the subject, and I recorded a total of 112 responses. The profile of the responders varied from lower urban to upper urban, and the average score was 11 on 15. And a few frequently missed questions was what we can do to help the climate. The results were a revelation, to say the least. Here is an analysis of the responses. My first question was, do you think humans are a dominant cause of climate change? Almost 98% of the responders agreed with this. However, only 56% guessed correctly as to what the percentage actually was. What are the threats behind climate change? Only 87% guessed correctly, while others identified only one of the many probable threats. On the significance of coral reef to marine life, only 86% agreed that they were important, while 14% thought that they were only ornamental. 20% of the responders thought that climate change only affects marine life and not terrestrial animals, and 13% agreed that we humans were not affected by it. 90% of the responders agreed to global warming, but only 59% really understood what it meant. Only 60% knew what greenhouse effect was, and 29% thought that greenhouse gases are only bad for the earth. Another frequently missed question was what percentage of the carbon emissions was caused by the richest half of the population. Only 39% of the responders chose the correct option, again proving a lack of acknowledgement. 31% of the responders misunderstood the meaning of reducing e-waste. But there was a silver lining. More than 96% agreed that we must commit ourselves to zero carbon emissions, and 94% also identified the steps that need to be taken for this. However, the responses received for the steps we can take to help the climate was a mixed bag. For example, only 50% agreed to using bicycles or public transport instead of using cars. A low 34% agreed that they could carpool to office, and only a meager 45% agreed to repurposing the plastic waste. Finally, only 80% of the responders agreed to implementing changes, while 15% said that they shouldn't mess with the climate, but didn't commit to making any changes. So that is it, Laadlis. The survey was a clear indicator that though we are somewhat aware of what the climate change is, we are still far away from understanding what it really means for us as a society. We need to step up and do our best to turn over this grave reality.